Before we conclude our service, I wanted to offer a poem that I read at my bar mitzvah and a poem that Harrison and I wrote that he's going to read. My mother asked me to read at my bar mitzvah. It was a poem called At My Bar Mitzvah and His. It's dedicated to the memory of a 13-year-old hero of the resistance by Rabbi Howard Kahn. My mother was the daughter of 2 Auschwitz survivors, the sister of a child who was lost in the Shoah, and she felt that it was important that I bring them into my special day. So today I'm going to read that poem in memory of my mother and all those children lost in the Holocaust, and then Harrison's going to read an updated poem for the Bibas children. At my bar mitzvah and his. When I was 13, I became a bar mitzvah. When he was 13, he became a bar mitzvah. When I was 13, my teachers taught me to put tefillin on my arm. When he was 13, his teachers taught him to throw a hand grenade with his arm. When I was 13, I studied the pathways of the Bible and roadways of the Talmud. When he was 13, he studied the canals of Warsaw and the sewers of the ghetto. At my bar mitzvah, I took an oath to live as a Jew. At his bar mitzvah, he took an oath to die as a Jew. At my bar mitzvah, I blessed God. At his bar mitzvah, he questioned God. At my bar mitzvah, I lifted my voice and sang. At his bar mitzvah, he lifted his fists and fought. At my bar mitzvah, I read from the scroll of the Torah. At his bar mitzvah, he wrote a scroll of fire. At my bar mitzvah, I wore a new talit over a new suit. At his bar mitzvah, he wore a rifle and bullets over a suit of rags. At my bar mitzvah, I started my road of life. At his bar mitzvah, he began his road to martyrdom. At my bar mitzvah, family and friends came to say l'chaim. At his bar mitzvah, Rabbi Akiva and Trumpeldor, Hannah and her 7 sons came to escort him to heaven. At my bar mitzvah, they praised my voice, my song, my melody. At his bar mitzvah, they praised his strength, his courage, his fearlessness. When I was 13, I was called up to the Torah. I went to the Bima. When he was 13, his body went up in smoke. His soul rose to God. When I was 13, I became a bar mitzvah and lived. When he was 13, he became a bar mitzvah and now lives within each one of us.
When I was 10 months old, I was cradled in my mother's arms, safe at home. When he was 10 months old, he was torn from his mother's embrace, stolen into darkness unknown. When I was 3, my family gathered, and my hair was cut for the first time, and sharing a moment of joy. When he would have been 3, there will be no celebration, no laughter, mostly silence and noise. When I was 4, I ran through the park. My father lifted me as high as I soared. When he was 4, he clung to his father in fear, dragged into a nightmare, his life no more. When I was a child, my parents tucked me in, whispering bedtime stories. When he was a child, his parents held him close, whispering prayers in captivity, a horror beyond scope. When I was a child, I learned of our people's past, of exile, of suffering, of survival. When he was a child, he became part of that story, his name written in sorrow and revival. When I was a child, I dreamt of growing up, of what I would one day become. When he was a child, his dreams were stolen, his future amounting to none. Today, I'm 13. I stand before the Torah, surrounded by a loving community. Today, they should be in shul, but they're gone. And today, we all stand for them in unity. In my bar mitzvah, I take an oath to live as a Jew, but they will not have a bar mitzvah. They were children murdered because they were born as Jews. On my bar mitzvah, I lift my voice and pray, but they will not have a bar mitzvah. Their voices are silenced forever, and despite that, our spirits and strength will never sway. On my bar mitzvah, I wear a talit over a new suit. But they will not have a bar mitzvah. There's no talit, no suit, only memory. On my bar mitzvah, my family and friends dance and sing timeless songs. They will not have a bar mitzvah. Their names are etched into stone, their absence felt for very long. They were taken, but they live within me, within all of us. Their future was stolen, but their names will never be forgotten. We rise from Mourner's Kaddish.